exploring the interconnectedness of our emotions, mind, body, and spirit. This podcast is dedicated to individuals who are on a quest to uncovering their truth, understanding their genetic and spiritual DNA, and learning how to harness this knowledge to achieve optimal health. But this isn't just another health podcast. Natural Podcast is here to ignite a spark of hope within you, reminding you of your inner potential for greatness. You are pure love, capable of living life to the full expression. Are you ready to embark on a transformational journey to achieve optimal health? I'm your host, Mihaela, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about quite an interesting topic. And the topic is all about being generosity, right? I thought I would do a little bit of a topic offhand, freestyle, and talk about generosity and giving, right? So the actual podcast is all about optimal health. And I thought to myself, what can I do a podcast episode on next? And I've spoken about genes, I've spoken about diet, exercise, nutrition, so many things that we talk about to achieve optimal health. But the thing that I also want to talk about is being a good person, right? Because if we are a good person, we are going to be able to achieve optimal health. So you may run, you may eat, you may do so many good things, but if you're not a good person, the question is are you achieving optimal health? If you ask me, I would say no. You may be achieving health, but it's definitely not optimal, because there's so many research studies out there, and you know yourself that when you are a good person and when you give, you actually feel a lot better, because it actually plays on our health. It plays on our neurotransmitters. It gives us a rush of dopamine, of serotonin. It even may give you a rush of oxytocin, especially if the individual is near you and you're looking them in the eyes and you are good. And you've seen those videos out there. You probably scroll through YouTube, Instagram, and so forth, and you see these videos of people doing good things and giving money to individuals. And even sometimes just watching that, it makes you feel good, right? It raises your oxytocin. Some people message me, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm in tears, right? It makes you feel good, because us humans, we are designed to work in a society. We are designed to work together. We are actually, whoever designed us didn't design us to live by ourselves. And I know a lot of individuals talk about excluding ourselves, being by ourselves, recharging our energy. Yes, we may need to do that for a short period of time, but essentially we are made to be around people. We are made to work in a community, because all good things occur not in isolation. They occur together. So think about that. That's definitely a thought to think about. So with those videos, a lot of people say, oh, they shouldn't be recording it. You know, why are they recording it? You should give without need of benefit. Like, you should just give. And I agree with that. But I also agree with the fact of these videos, they are making other people feel good, and they are making other people think how they can be better individuals, which in my view is an absolutely amazing thing to do. So giving and generosity and optimal health go hand in hand. So you can ask yourself, how can, even if you are in pain, even if you're bedridden, even if you have whatever disease that may be hindering you to do so many things, you can ask yourself, how can I be a better person? How can I make the person that comes into my life next minute, how can I make their life better? How can I make them smile? How can I have a positive impact? Because these are the things that money cannot buy. These are the things that you can't really replicate by AI or a computer. These are the emotions that us humans are designed to feel and have. And I want to put it out there that to achieve optimal health, this is something that we need to have. So yes, I can talk about all of these research studies about nutrition. I can talk about all of these research studies about how your genes impact you and what genes you have and all these things. But if we don't address giving and generosity and being a good person, we're actually not addressing everything, right? And like I do on on this podcast is I talk about emotions, mind, body, spirit. The guests I have talk about all wide variety of topics. It's not just one topic. I want a wide variety because I want you to achieve optimal health. And to achieve optimal health, it's not just about the body. To achieve optimal health, it's not just about the mind. It's not just about the spirit. It's not just about the emotions. It's a combination of things. And these are the things that you can think about is, okay, cool, I have a routine in place to go to the gym. Amazing. Physical body, ticked. I have a routine to meditate. Amazing. Mind, or spirit, tick, done. I talk about emotions. I journal. Amazing. Emotions, done. Do you surround yourself with healthy individuals? Do you have a society, a community around you? Do you have individuals that you can trust? Do you have individuals that you can share deep conversations with and connect and get that oxytocin flowing? Do you have these? Because if these are missing, then ask yourself, are you going to achieve, or are you actually at optimal health? This is just something to think about. No, you don't need to, go out, give a stranger $50. You don't need to do that. I mean, you can 100%, but you don't have to. You can totally give a stranger a hug if you feel comfortable to do that. If that makes you feel safe and comfortable, you can do that. The question is, the point is, we're all humans. We're all going through something, and we're all here to make each other's life a little bit better. Why not? We're all going to die one day, right? So why not make this journey a fun one, a generous one? Why not be a good person and give and feel good about yourself and let the other person feel good about themselves? You can continue watching those videos and maybe they might inspire you, or you can go out there and do something yourself, and it could be as little as your neighbor, just saying hello to them, smiling at them. Whatever that looks like for you, to have a connection, to be generous, to be give, whatever that looks like for you, I highly recommend it. If this is a little bit of a different type of episode to my usual ones, that's good, because I'm trying something different. I'm trying for you to achieve optimal health. I'm trying for myself to achieve optimal health, and I know that there is a barrier. I know that there is something else that may be missing in people's health journey. And some people might say, I am so sick, I'm so fatigued, I'm so tired, I can't give. And I disagree with that. You can always give. Some people say, I give too much. I don't think there's such a thing. Some people say, oh, I never get it back. I don't think there's such a thing either. We work with energy. We work as a universe. It comes and goes. People give and take. There's the masculine and the feminine. It's all balanced. Essentially, when we leave this earth, everything has been balanced. So therefore, how can you continue that balance? How can you receive but also give at the same time and be that inspiration for someone else to do the same thing, and then just have a flow-on effect? Like, how beautiful is that? To have a beautiful flow-on effect and to have an impact in someone's life. I think that's just beautiful. And you may have an impact in your family's life, in your kids' life, in your partner's life, in co-workers, employees' life. But what about outside of that? We have the internet. We are able to do all these amazing things. Let's make good use of it. So I hope that this episode brought you a little bit of inspiration to give, to be generous, to achieve optimal health. Let me know what you think. Thank you for joining us on the Natural Podcast, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Content and information provided here is the opinion of Mahela Raguse and is for information purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. It is not intended to provide medical advice or take the place of medical advice or any current treatment you're undertaking. Consult your own medical professionals for any medical issues that you may be having. This entire disclaimer also applies to any guests or contributors to the Natural Health Podcast. It is advised that you consult your doctor or healthcare professional in relation to any health concerns you may be having. Mahela Raguse does not take responsibility for any health consequences which occur from a person listening, viewing, or reading this content. Under no circumstances shall the Natural Podcast, Mahela Raguse, any guests or contributors to the Natural Podcast, or any employees, associates, or affiliates of Mahela Raguse be responsible for damages arising from the information provided on the Natural Podcast. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as medical advice to treat any medical conditions in either yourself or others. Please note, if you're taking prescription, do not stop your medication or start a new protocol, including but not limited to supplement, diet, lifestyle changes without consulting a doctor or healthcare professional. If you or any person has a medical concern, you should consult with your healthcare provider or seek seek other professional medical advice. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something that you have read or heard on the Natural podcast or in any linked materials. If you think you may have a medical emergency, call your doctor or emergency services immediately. Neither Mahela Raguse nor the publisher of this content takes responsibility for the possible health consequences of any person or persons reading or listening or following the information in educational content.